Okay, so I'm here with Neil Gange. Neil, you've been in the program, I guess a little bit under a year now, right? If you could just tell everybody a little bit about what you do and all that.
So I've been in the program since last September with you, Patrick, and I recruit projects for contractors in a number of different niches. So it's highly competitive. We have a lot of competition with respect to other major lead gen companies such as Home Advisor and Angie's List. So
Sure.
it was a hard nut to crack, but
Right.
I've cracked it.
Right. Yeah. And talk a little bit about that. So what happened like when you came to me before? I think you were still working at a job, right?
Correct.
Like you
Correct.
still had your job, and what was happening with your sales process and all that in your situation before you came to me?
Yeah, I was working as an oil field depletion engineer, and I've done that for better part of 16 years, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I had picked up sort of this part-time, saw some changes in the oil and gas industry that I didn't like coming down the pipe, and I knew that it wasn't for me forever.
Sure.
And I guess when I came to you, I didn't have any structure with respect to client recruitment or sales presentations or finding their pain points and how I could offer those solutions to them.
Yeah.
So I was really just casting a wide net. I wasn't very strategic with what I was doing with respect to finding clients. And I did a lot of follow-ups with potential clients that just never got back to me. And I guess, the biggest thing that that you've really helped me with, well, apart from always, being there when I reach out to you for coaching, which is super helpful, is that now I get to choose who I want to work with, and I get to choose who I make offers to.
Yeah.
So I was laid off from the oil field job in, I think it was September 20th or something like that, and I was making really good money.
Yeah.
And I've replaced my salary what is it? 9 months, I guess, easily replaced my salary since then. And I can see a place where I'll by this time next year, I'll have 10 times my salary coming through my agency. That's easy for me right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So what changed? Because I know like before you're sending out proposals to people, following up, no response, just kind of like winging it, right?
Totally.
And then what changed like when you, with my training, that had you actually start to get the clients so that you could replace your salary and work from home and live on your terms and all that?
I guess a couple of things. Like I got more clear on the industries that I wanted to work in.
Sure.
You helped me with that and
Yeah.
really niche down and not spray and pray.
Yeah.
And then, so I got hyper focused on that.
Mhm.
And your prospecting was very valuable for me as far as, getting on those initial conversations with people and how to open them up.
Yeah.
And then the real, like really was spraying and praying. I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm introvert by nature, so sales is not really first nature for me.
Right.
But what you provided for me was this a rock solid template for interviewing, selecting, and offering and onboarding clients that I just didn't have. Now I'm at a place right now where within 3 to 5 minutes of the initial phone call that I take with a prospect,
Right.
I know whether or not I'm going to make an offer to them and whether or not they're going to be successful with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't offer to everybody that I talk to.
Yeah.
That's a big change.
Well,
And
before it was like you would work with anybody. I think you were talking
anybody,
before.
anybody.
It was like you were chasing people.
Yeah.
Right. To
Yeah,
now.
I don't chase anymore. I get chased.
Right.
So there's a lot of things that your program helped me with, and like the whole sales process as far as coming up with a presentation that worked and offers that worked, testing the offers,
Yeah.
and then really handling objections prior to getting to your offer. There's so much in there, and really the presentation structure, I've modified it heavily for
Yeah.
my niche and industry, but the backbone of what you gave us is still what I use today. And my closing right now is pretty much automatic.
Yeah.
So I know within 3 to 5 minutes whether or not I'm going to bring a contractor through to the second where I actually present to them.
Yeah.
And I can tell in the first call whether or not I'm going to close them, or, I have a really good feel on that.
Yeah.
And as far as, getting them up and running and getting leads coming in for them, like that's easy now.
Right.
So I have that confidence that, what I'm actually offering
Yeah.
is going to happen for them, because I've got contractors in every other market or other markets that I'm doing that for them. And I'll actually make my contractors available for a new prospect to give them a phone call to, which I don't know if a lot of people, like as a reference, I don't know if a lot of people do that or not, but that has closed some serious deals for me. And I get more leeway if I'm a little bit slower to launch and that sort of stuff with a new prospect, because they've already talked to another contractor who I've blown the doors off for. So they're like, yeah, no, I get it. It's coming. Like, don't worry about it. We're good.
Yeah. So, and now, like, it just sounds like a totally, completely different kind of not just with your lifestyle and stuff like that, but your peace of mind. It's a completely different mindset where rather than chasing people down and working with whoever will give you a shot in the beginning,
$500 a month. Yeah, no, it's
right.
Yeah,
Now
exactly.
it's like you select, not only do you select, but you also have, worked on, something with your clients, right? Where you actually negotiate what it is that you want with them.
Oh yeah. So I position myself as their growth engine for them. So I don't just work. I want a good contractor that can close deals, and then if they're closing deals, they will pay me on those closed deals. And we've segued into different compensation structure for me, where I get paid solely on their growth, which is which they love. They want to be growing, and I love, because it motivates me to get them to grow as much as possible.
Right.
Pardon me?
100% results based. Now it's just not this retainer thing. Now it's like, if you can get people jobs, they're getting something on every single one of those jobs.
Which is why that initial selection for me is very important.
Right.
That initial screening, because I know down the road that when they're closing and making money, I'm going to be making more money. So I don't want to offer to contractors that I don't feel are going to close deals.
Exactly.
From where I am right now, this June to last August, I am a completely different person. I have a 14-month-old, two other older daughters, 8 and 10, and I get to work from home. I see Palmer 15 times a day. I just walk upstairs when she's awake, which is awesome. Yeah. I've been an entrepreneur probably since I was about 8 years old. I actually started delivering newspapers when I was 8, and I've kind of known that I'm just not the right fit in the corporate world. I don't like to be micromanaged and overseen, whatever the word is. And it's complete freedom. Like, the only thing that's preventing me from traveling 90% of the time is that my older daughters are in school. Otherwise, we'd be all over somewhere else. Not in Calgary when it's minus 40 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, you got to get out of the cold, man. You got to get out of it. Start hopping on some planes. So, okay. So, and then I guess anything else that you would say to somebody that might be on the fence about hopping into my program?
Don't hesitate. Just do it. You will come out of it with a system and a process to shape your company and yourself as a person into where you want to go. And what I really appreciated the most, I think, about this whole thing was A, the structure, and B, was having yourself, who you're a complete weapon when it comes to sales, like with a quick Facebook voice message. You'd come back like numerous times with suggestions, like we talked about some of the bigger deals, and pushing me into higher monthly retainers and asking me if I was comfortable with $15,000 a month. And I was just like, no way. And you said, offer it.
Right.
That was just foreign territory for me now. And for now, each client's going to be worth a lot of money north of that 15,000 per month.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
Like,
Well,
don't hesitate.
congratulations for putting in the work and taking the action. And really, that's what it's about, man. Is to help people, get where you're at with, having that life where it's just a completely different experience, right? Than chasing people. Now they're chasing you. You negotiate your own structure with how you want to work with them, and that's really what it's about. So congratulations for taking all that action.
Well, thank you. I wouldn't be where I am.
Yeah,
I know that.
yeah, 100%, man. You got it.